Jesus went to his hometown of Nazareth, where he grew up. On the Sabbath day, Jesus went to the synagogue like he usually did. The Sabbath day was a holy day of rest. On that day, the Jews gathered in the synagogue to worship God. The synagogue was a special building where Jews met together to pray, worship, and learn about the scriptures. Jesus stood up to read scripture. He unrolled the scroll of the prophet Isaiah. Then he read from the place where these words were written. The Spirit of the Lord is on me. He has chosen me to tell good news to the poor. He has sent me to tell the captives that they are free, to tell the blind that they can see, to free people who have been treated badly, and to announce the Lord's favor is on us. Then Jesus rolled up the scroll. He gave it to the attendant and sat down. Everyone who was in the synagogue stared at Jesus. Jesus said, "Today as you listen to me reading these words, they came true." The people were amazed to hear him say such wonderful things. But some of the people in Nazareth had known Jesus from his youth. They wondered how this was possible. "Isn't this Joseph's son?" they asked. Jesus was Joseph's son, but he was far from ordinary. Even though Jesus' earthly father was Joseph, his true father is God. Then Jesus said to them, "You will probably say this old proverb, 'Doctor, heal yourself.' You've heard about the miracles I performed in Capernaum, and you want me to do them here in my hometown too." Jesus also said, "No prophet is accepted in his hometown." Jesus reminded the people of the prophet Elijah and Elisha. When there was a terrible famine in Israel and no rain fell there for 3.5 years, plenty of widows in the country needed help, but Elijah did not help the widows in Israel. Instead, God sent Elijah to help a widow in another land. And when Elisha was a prophet, many people in Israel had leprosy. They wanted to be healed, but Elisha did not heal them. Instead, he healed a man named Naaman. And Naaman was from Syria, a country that did not get along with God's people. The people listening to Jesus in the synagogue were angry. They got up and forced Jesus out of town. They wanted to throw him off a cliff. But Jesus walked right through the crowd and went on his way. Hundreds of years before Jesus was born, the prophet Isaiah wrote about God's plan to send a Messiah. He would bring good news and redeem people who were broken and hurting. Jesus read Isaiah's words and told everyone who was listening that he is the promised Messiah.